Round 1, definitely a keep. We're going to open with the Looming Spires. Which is better on turn 3, but I want to make sure that we have red mana in case we need it. Oh, and then we draw one conveniently. That's okay. I think I want to isolation zone that. But, it's a rough set of draws there. I think we've drawn land every turn, haven't we? Bummer. I'm trying to measure this turn out and figure out what I want to do. Ruination Guide is going to be a problem. Like, even if he doesn't attack into my steward. Well, I guess I'd rather trade a steward, so I'm going to attack, and then I'm probably just going to isolation zone. My thinking is, if he has another threat that I need to deal with, Boulder Salvo can likely deal with it. I don't like this situation, mostly because we just are out of gas with one creature, which is really not where you want to be. But that is what's happening. I mean, I could also rip a 3-drop for lucky. I'm not going to Boulder Salvo that. Well, that's a good rip. Get a little trample damage in. 2 mana for kill your guy, deal 2 damage to you. Seems pretty good. Alright, Boulder Salvo worse against that. Isolation Zone much better against that. Alright. Ripping lands. We're in trouble. I could, so I mean, I'm probably going to have to. Maybe I should have just done it there. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like such a waste. Well, at least I don't mind this. Just flooded to all hell. Alright, well, I can Boulder Salvo his land, I guess. Ooh. That's a bummer, only because I want to cast Iron. I can't. So if I Boulder Salvo this becomes a 6/6. The problem being, of course, Tyrant does not. But Tyrant should be able to at least block the Cyclone Sire. How many things can I rip here that... I've got at least 4 cards. I've got 4 cards I can rip that let me cast Tyrant. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cast it as a 7-drop, which I don't love. I think we're just going to salvo the land. It also keeps him off double blue. Not that that's necessarily important. But this is where a bone saw draw would be pretty sick. I would, of course, settle for any of our other one drops as well. Even outnumber, I would certainly accept. Actually, outnumber would be good because I could hit the sire and then finish it off with the Tyrant of Valakut. All right. Okay. So this is a good turn to rip a... I want to kill that blinding drone. This would be a good turn to rip a one drop. That's not a one drop. I think we're going to have to wait for a two drop, which does expand our horizons now. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things we can draw. So I think we're going to have to wait because the problem with Tyrant without Surge now just gets blinding drone to all hell. So we're going to have to wait a turn here. We do have 8 draws, like I said, that are very good here. It's tolerable. All right. So, am I out of turns? I think I am. Problem is, I still can't cast Tyrant. If I cast Tyrant, he just taps it down. He still gets to get in for 6. I think I have to just hold out hope that I can draw. Now it expands our territory even more, though, which is good, right? Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 13 things we can draw. We have more than a 50% chance to draw something that... The problem is it doesn't get us out of this situation anymore, I don't think, since we're just going to take a boatload of damage. And he probably has a follow-up play. Well, we did find it, so that's good news. Problem is we're going to have to chump. So let's do this post-combat. See if he taps. It's really nice for us that he actually did that. It's really helpful. So now we get to go Aeronaut into Tyrant and kill his blinding drone, which is just perfect for us. Okay. I mean, it's a problem, but honestly, it's better than removal. Spawnbinder's a great rip here. So, of course, we can't afford to take damage from Rune Processor, which means we might have to chump. But Spawnbinder can block Oracle of Dust, too, which is nice. He's got 2 cards in hand. If I attack with Tyrant, he gets a 3/3. He has 4 attackers. I'll have 3 blockers. Otherwise, if he doesn't block, he takes 5. He gets in with Cyclone Sire. I think we're going to have to play this a little bit patient. So, I certainly can't take the Rune Processor. Okay, well, looks like that's going to be game. Maybe not, though. No, I guess we go to 2. If I rip a land, I can play both. So I've got a double chump here. All right. So, unfortunately, I don't think it does anything, though. But, I mean, we might as well play it out. It doesn't matter, I guess. The problem is I can't do anything I need to do. I just can't kill anything. I mean, I suppose I kill the... It doesn't matter, actually. The Hedron Crawler is pretty irrelevant here. So, he got us, but we got extremely flooded that game, so there was really no way to win if you see that few spells. I think this is definitely a winnable matchup. We just need a quicker start. We need to see less lands, and I think we'll do perfectly fine. Seems like a very winnable match. Consuming Sinkhole for the manland? Probably not. Although Cyclone Sire, that still ends up being a 2-for-1, though. I don't really like it. I mean, I guess it's technically a 2-for-2 because you're taking out their land, but I'm just not a fan. Sheer Drop does deal with Rune Processor, does not deal with Cyclone Sire very effectively. It does deal with Oracle of Dust, though. Maybe I do want the Sheer Drop. Boulder Salvo does not kill the Oracle, which does appear to likely be a problem. I can cut the Tandem Tactics, though, for Sheer Drop. It seems like Tandem Tactics is going to be a little bit less useful this match. Maybe that's just very presumptuous, but we'll find out if it is. All right, let's try this again. Okay, playing first, of course. So white mana, no red, 3 red spells, 1 3-drop white spell. It's a bit of a troubling hand. Tyrant of Valakut is basically just dead card because there's no red mana, and then these two are dead until I find red. Even if I do find red, number's not doing that much. I can rip. Well, if all of my 1 and 2 drops weren't white creatures, I think this hand would be a lot less keepable. But as is, I think it is a keep. There's a lot of things we can draw besides a mountain that make this hand better. So I think it's worth keeping. All right, well, that's probably worth outnumbering next turn. Although, I'm going to need 3 red to do the outnumber Tyrant, aren't I? Yeah, I still think we're going to end up outnumbering the... Yeah, I think we're just going to outnumber the Hedron Crawler. I want to keep him off 5. And it doesn't look like Outnumber is going to be doing anything else anytime soon. He doesn't have colorless mana yet. I got the second red. That's pretty nice. So, yeah, I don't think that we Boulder Salvo because It's just more likely we'd want to do something bigger. And if he finds his colorless mana, we can do it then. But ideally, it's not what I want to do here. I don't think. I think we're more likely to want to kill something bigger. But then again, I can't really... No, I guess I still can attack into an Oracle of Dust. So that's probably fine. Alright, so I did get the colorless mana, which means I'm probably going to have to kill Blinding Drone. Okay, this still can work out okay for us, I think. So yeah, we get to go Looming Spire. And then next turn is if I find another... He might not even block, and then Brute Strength and Tyrant next turn are a thing. Let's see if he blocks, though. I'm still pretty willing to trade a Brute Strength for a Oracle of Dust on this board. Like I said, there's still a decent chance he doesn't block here. Okay, well, he is blocking, so he's going to force us to use it. Still works out pretty well for us. So now I salvo the Blinding Drone, I think, because I want to play... I'm never going to be able to Tyrant and Boulder salvo the same turn, so we'll just take this thing out. So we can't tap down our guy now. And we're a 0, 1, or 2 drop away from full value off Tyrant of Valakut. Mirror Pool's a good card. I actually like it. Alright. Not the worst. Not even that bad, to be honest. And even ripped a good spell here, so... even if he has Unnatural Endurance, he cannot stop the onslaught of the Scythe Master because of First Strike, so let's just swing in. So he does have Mirror Pool up, but he also has Roiling Waters. Also has Oblivion Strike, but 1 mana short of Mirror Pool activation, luckily for us. Not attacking, okay. Serene Steward's pretty good. Does not attack in a Negator, however. But Scythe Master does. Did I want to... No, I was going to say, did I want to save Steward, but I don't think that's right. Basically, it makes the... What's-his-face, Fall of the Titans do more. It does have a card exiled, so Rune Processor would be a problem. Pathfinder's less of a problem. It does still kind of put the kibosh on our Scythe Master attack, however. Alright, land is also not that good. Guess we'll sandbag it. Oh, and he's got Mirror Pool to copy this? Well, I think we're actually in some trouble then. So, what am I hoping to rip? Fall of the Titans. No attacks with Pathfinder. That's okay. Well, I think he's going to be copying. All right. So he's going to get to copy. I'm trying to think of the best play here. Because I'm certainly going to cast Isolation Zone. The question is, do I do it on the flyer? Because he can actually go over top with it, too, and leave a dude back. What else can I rip? And actually, sandbagging the land for embodiment's not the worst idea either. Um, So isolation zone, taking out Pathfinder versus Negator. If I take out Negator, I can attack him with Scout. If I take out Pathfinder, he gets to copy. I don't think he's going to copy Negator, even if I do isolation zone it. Just because that doesn't seem great for him, but he might. Let's just isolation zone the flyer, I think, because if I isolation zone the Pathfinder, he still ends up with a Negator and a Pathfinder. Although, is that worse than 2 Pathfinders on this board? I can't decide. It's really difficult. I think I actually do want to take out the Pathfinder. Not in love with it. Because, like I said, he's still going to end up with a Negator and a Pathfinder. And the problem with that, of course, being he can give it flying. All right, so he's decided to pre-copy before I target, which means I am going to isolation zone the copy. Because, I don't know, in case he has bounce. I don't even know about permanent bounce. But I think we need to take out the fatties. I don't have any sort of ingesting anyway, so I think this is okay. He got great value out of that mirror pool, though. Basically got my strongest removal spell at the cost of a land. That's why mirror pool's a great card. All right, his last card was very good, too, so top deck mode, not looking great for us, to be perfectly frank. He has a better board presence. He's starting to attack. We can't attack back. We can't block. We're out of gas. So we're in a fairly difficult position here. We're going to need something right now like Fall of the Titans. Fall of the Titans off the top would be nice. Embodiment is also nice. I think we swing with everything. He can eat a steward and take 4. I think that's okay. Let's do that. Is pushing through 1 extra damage good? I'm not sure about that. We'll find out. I guess it kind of is, because Embodiment can now trample over the Negator. That one's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, got the win there. That's pretty close. Embodiment of Fury off the top was absolutely necessary there for us to get back in that. Opponent's deck looks very good. Very impressed with opponent's deck. He's got Ruination Guide. He's got obviously has a very good colorless theme going. He has Blinding Drone, Grasp of Darkness, Mirror Pool looks great. Oblivion Strike's always good. So his deck looks fantastic, and I think it's going to be a very challenging match. Very challenging game 3 unless we rip some pretty good cards here. He has multiple. This killing the flyer, I think, is actually pretty relevant. Why don't we ditch the Bonesaw for the Searing Light? I actually probably should have just done that in the first place. Although, what else does Searing Light kill? It kills Hedron Crawler, but I assume he's never attacking or blocking with that. It kills his Gravity Negators, which, like I said, he has multiples of. Does not kill Ruination Guide, however. The fact that he's got multiple Negators kind of makes me want to bring it in. It doesn't kill Oracle of Dust. What else am I forgetting? There is more. I mean, there's Rune Processor. There's Kozilek's Pathfinder. can't think of anything else. I think we're going to risk it anyway. It's either that or a Mighty Leap, which maybe is better. Mighty Leap's going to work better with Scythemaster attacking. And you know what? I'm going to do the Mighty Leap instead of the Searing Light, I think. I think this likely kills Negator 2 for an extra mana, but also gives me outs to Pathfinder with Scythemaster as well as Oracle of Dust. So let's do that. It also lets me just fly over top and get damage in. So it could be good. Yeah, we're going to keep this, definitely. Obviously, we need to rip some lands, but we've got outnumber. Debating whether I just want to kill Hedron Crawler. Now I don't. Now I'd rather... Because now outnumber is going to get pretty sick if I can get 3 mountains and 6 lands. That could pan out really well for us. Like, I'm not opposed to killing Hedron Crawler there, but now that I have Mighty Leap, it just seems a little bit less important. Like, I can still smash in on a Gravity Negator and basically do the same thing with Mighty Leap. And that lets me save outnumber for a rainier day, basically. Like, I get to smash in and basically trade a combat trick for Mighty Leap, which I like. Alright, he's taking it, which is also fine. So I can outnumber the Crawler now. Because I'm not going to be playing creatures for a while. The problem is... It's going to work well with the Tyrant. It's going to work really well with the Tyrant if I can make that all come together. I think we're going to hold off on the outnumber still. Now I'm a bit more skeptical. So with 4 mana up, I'm just going to chill out. Keep him off his Pathfinder, though. I probably want to do that. I think now we're going to outnumber the Hedron Crawler. And this still works even if he has removal. So, alright. I've decided. I'm going to keep him off 6 drops this turn. Like, this sets us back on Tyrant of Valakut, but... and the reason I didn't attack this turn is obviously because my opponent had all his mana available, so I would have had to have worried about Grasp of Darkness, which I don't now. I'm going to have Lookout mana next turn, but I'm not sure that does us a ton of good. So basically I was just keeping him off 6 drops, like 7 drops, because we know he has at least a couple. It does not keep him off 5 drops, however. All the 5 toughness guys are kind of problematic too. At least he's tapped out now. So Flameseeker's pretty good. So now I'm a land away from getting the Angel Renewal online. I'm 2 lands from getting Mighty Leap plus Tyrant of Valakut, which is also not bad. He hasn't ingested anything, so I guess Rune Processor is just a beefy guy, which is still going to be a problem. Take the Translator. So he can play Rune Processor off a Translator. Second Negator, a little bit less scary. He does not have Grasp of Darkness up, though. Yeah, I don't know what he can play here. That worries me. So let's just play a Sandstone Bridge. Actually, I don't even have to use Mighty Leap, do I? Because I have Cliffside Lookout. All right. Well, let's just swing for the fences then. Do I want to keep the Aeronaut back? I can pump it to a 2/4. The problem is he can double block something. I'm not sure if I care about that. I do want to push damage through, however. I still think we're going to attack like this, though. I can also use Flames. No, we're not using Flameseeker. All right, we're just getting in like this. This is fine. Oh, he does have Grasp of Darkness, doesn't he? Forgot about that. I still think that's okay. I forgot about Grasp of Darkness, but this still actually works out just fine for us, doesn't it? Like, we kill his guy, he uses a removal spell on a guy that we don't care about. We still get to follow up with Angel, which I'd much prefer him not Grasp of Darkness. All in all, I think that worked out all right. That's not a big deal. One card left in hand. All right, I mean, we got a real shot here now. Sheer Drop is good. I think we're sheer dropping instead of... I guess we can get... Now I guess I run the risk of... Well, even if he malices us, I guess we're still okay. We're gonna keep the Tyrant, I guess? I think I'm keeping the Tyrant. If it comes to that. Now we're just gonna play the Flameseeker, or the Angel Renewal, rather. Let's swing with the Bridge. Guess we can swing with Bridge first. Oh wait, now I can't play the Angel. That was a mistake. Alright, well let's play Flameseeker, because Flameseeker still gets to attack into Negator. And I guess it makes our Angel Renewal better. And if he makes this discard, we still can eventually play Tyrant of Valakut. Although, maybe I do keep the Angel if I get discarded. I can't decide. Titan's Presence revealing Havoc Sower. Alright, so he has Havoc Sower. So let's cast Mighty Leap then, because it just... I want to keep my guy, and I don't want him to process. Exile target creature for its power is less than or equal to the revealed card's power. And you did reveal Havoc Sower. Why is it under my revealed? Alright. Let's Mighty Leap then. I mean, this still lets us tack into Havoc Sower as well, which I think is good. Kind of want to rip the land here. Did get the land. Alright, so now I can play Angel of Renewal plus swing with both my guys. I think now we're going to pre-combat the... Angel. I think we're pre-combating the Angel Renewal here. He's out of gas, too. Seems like a good trade for us, actually. He did only have one colorless mana, but... Alright, he did rip the exact spell he needed, but... we can potentially cast our Tyrant soon here. I think it's worth... So now we're cooking here. Now we're cooking with gas. He did get an exile effect, however, which means Rune Processor is something he can play. But he ripped a land there. All right, got the match. Super close. Like I said, opponent's deck was very good. He drew the Oblivion Strike right at the right time, and we drew the Serene Steward right at the right time. So both of us drew exceptionally well in all the games. He got a little proactive with his removal early on, like grasping our Cliffside Lookout and Containment Membrane on our Flameseeker. So it was like we made him use removal spells and the Titan's Presence on the other Flameseeker. So basically he used removal spells on threats that didn't end up mattering too much, but he still was able to find the Oblivion Strike, and then we just luckily still had the Tyrant of Valakut ace in the hole. So panned out well for us, but overall pretty intense, close match. So glad to take the victory. We'll see you in round 2.